Are you trying to find the right recipe, the winning formula for the tools to use for your blog or your website? There are hundreds of tools to choose from, and it can become really overwhelming, especially if you're a beginner. And if you're a bit more advanced, you might want to look through and see what other offerings are out there so you can compare it with the tools that you're already using. Time out. How many weeks until 2024? Whoa, 70 weeks. Okay, I have 70 weeks to grow my blogs to 1 million monthly page views. So if you want to follow me on this journey, feel free to do so. Let's see if I make it. 70 weeks, a little over a year. I think I can get there. I'm probably like 10% there. All right, so let me walk you through the list of tools that I currently use for our media brand and the websites that we run and operate. The first tool is our communication tool. So the way that my entire team communicates when talking about our websites or our jobs or our tasks is Slack. You've probably heard of Slack. It's not the only tool that we use to communicate, but it's very easy to organize into different sites, different topics of things, and for the entire team to be able to communicate around those specific projects. The next tool up that I would say is WhatsApp. I also use this to directly communicate with team members, but not necessarily just about websites. It could be different things. It could be website related. I actually have this right here as a graphic designer that I've recently kind of brought on, and so I communicate directly here, but all of my team members communicate here. So video editors, but also about our websites. So I use this more as kind of freestyle communication, just direct chatting. But if it's something about the specific project, again, we go back to Slack, but I really like WhatsApp as well. Next tool is going to be Grammarly. I've been using this for a few years now. We have a paid account. The free account is really awesome. But we load all of our articles into Grammarly. I even use it for anything, like anything that I'm writing, even if just like a paragraph. So I just loaded this up and I call it temp. I do that just so temporary, and I use it to look at all these suggestions and everything that Grammarly gave me. So I have an overall score. It's now a 97. It didn't start out that way. I thought it was actually well written, but when I loaded it in here, I think it was like 87. And I just make the suggestions, not always, but a lot of times I just make the suggestions that it throws out. And it's really awesome what it does, the suggestions that it puts out there. Free version is great. If you're going to have a team or you're going to be using it a lot, I definitely recommend the paid version. Our team started using Surfer SEO about 6 months ago, and we've had really good success, really enjoying the tool. There's a lot of updates, and the team over at Surfer has been doing a really good job. The pricing, I'll go ahead and go down to that page just so that you can look at it. But basically, you can do a few different things. You can load a content planner where basically you're going to plan out an entire article, and you can write your article and put it through the content planner. And then you can also, it also has audits where you can audit your current articles in order to improve them. And so let's see, I think we have this plan right here, this pro plan. And it allows you 30 articles per month in the content editor, and then you can audit 60 pages. And that's useful because I have multiple team members that are actually using it. So this is an expensive tool. It's one of the more expensive tools that we're using, but because of the amount of content that we're writing, it's definitely worth it. But definitely look at the free version and just, you can start from there and then decide what's the best for you. Next tool that I have, this was probably my favorite tool of 2021, is Canva. I use Canva. We use Canva for everything, for multiple brands. You have YouTube thumbnails, t-shirt designs, things for YouTube. Yeah, that's more thumbnails. Pinterest pins. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of designs. So like if I just click on YouTube thumbnails, for example, you can just see here. So that's what I've used to design all of these. And you can have teammates, you can have team members. There's a free version, but we have the paid version of Canva. I would definitely never go back. I will always be using this tool. Incredible tool. Next up, this one's probably less known, especially people that resize images already. They probably use a tool called Tiny JPEG, I think is what it's called. Let's see, Tiny JPG is a pretty common tool that I had definitely heard of. They're very similar. Yeah, so you can compress images. Very similar, but what I like about this one is that you can this one, so you can upload one, you can do multiple images at a time. I don't remember if the other one does that, but you can choose the percentage quality, and the resize feature I think is something that was different about over here. Let's actually see. I think this one just compresses. Yeah, so you upload the picture and it just compresses it down. But over here you can actually, one, you can resize it to a certain width, which I love for blog posts. But then you can also choose the format. So you can say, hey, how much do I want to compress this? What quality do I want to leave it at? And you can actually download WebP formats, which I don't currently use. I still do JPEGs. But yeah, I still, and I know that there are plugins, and I'll get to that in a second. There are plugins for resizing, like Short, Pixel, and Smush. Those are two great ones. I just prefer to resize images before uploading them into my WordPress library. That may change in the future. I may get lazy. Those plugins are really great, but I just like this tool a lot. All right, now I want to move over to the specific tech stack that I use for building my websites in today's time. This has changed over time, but as of today, I want to give you that tech stack. For hosting, I currently use WPX. I'm a big fan. Their customer service, super responsive. They respond in like 10 seconds. It's pretty amazing. I don't know if you've experienced this or not, but it's super cool. It is shared hosting, but they're very fast. They have their own CDN, if you understand that technical lingo and that stuff there. I also do use Bluehost for starter websites and smaller websites. People hate on Bluehost a lot, mainly because affiliates refer Bluehost, and I do refer it. But Bluehost is probably not the best if you're trying to grow a large brand, need the best service. But I also use it, so I have paid accounts with both of these companies. For the theme, the website theme, I'm currently using GeneratePress. I did a lot of research, and I kind of came down to a few conclusions. And let me back up and tell you, I was and am still using Divi, which is a very, very popular theme. But as things change, companies adjust. Google came out with Core Web Vitals, and speed is important. I found Divi to be a bit bloated, and I definitely don't use page builders anymore. I use the Gutenberg builder in the back end of WordPress. It's pretty amazing. I know a lot of old school developers haven't switched over yet, but I highly recommend it. So GeneratePress is what I decided to move to. I purchased a lifetime license with these guys so I can build all my websites on them. And there are other ones that I was looking very closely at. Cadence as well as Astra are two other ones that I was looking at. I would actually say once you've done some research and you find a handful or a few or three that are potential good fits, the one that's right is the one that you pull the trigger on and begin using. So many people, I think, get caught up in analysis paralysis and never even begin to get going, and you got to just take action, and you can make adjustments along the way. Case in point, me using Divi for a number of years and using previous themes before that, and then making moves as my sites grew and as I needed to. So use that information how you will. A few of the plugins that I use, I'm not going to go over everything. My goal in general is to have fewer plugins than more. I want less plugins than more. I don't want to download a plugin for everything. If I can do it manually, do it manually. And I say that because I don't want so many plugins for security reasons, for the speed of the website. And so that's just kind of my general rule of thumb. But Pretty Links is an affiliate link cloaker, so it's how I track affiliate links. Another popular one is Thirsty Affiliates. Choose one, go for it. If affiliate marketing is something that you're going to do, either one will be great. I just already had Pretty Links and had been using it for a few years. Next up is I use Yoast. I use Yoast for SEO and some checks in the back. Now it's not the end all be all. It's not the only thing that we do. We already do a lot with our articles and such when writing it, right, with Surfer SEO. And but this is one of the checks along our route. as we're publishing articles. It's definitely a useful tool. I have the paid version of this. Another competitor, which it's also very good, and I've heard great things, is Rank Math. So you could check that out if you would like to. For some website security, I have the free version of Wordfence installed. Eventually I may upgrade to a paid version. One of the things I can just name that it does is helps with login security. It's blocked out a lot of potential logins, what they were going to do when they logged in, probably not good things, maybe nothing crazy harmful, but probably install some sort of virus on my website. It would be the most innocent form of someone logging in. Which, speaking of, one side tip there, change your admin panel from admin. That's like the #1 thing you can do. It's like having your password as password. A lot of people don't think about that. Change the username from admin. The majority of people have admin as their username, and that's half of what a hacker needs to get into your website. Another plugin I'm a big fan of, you can, I think, build this in manually. I don't know how to do it, and so this, to me, it's a great solution to have, is Easy Table of Contents. And what this does is, I can show you on our website, the Mobile Rundown. So you can choose how it looks, but for example, here's all the H2 headings of the site below. So a reader, when reading your article, can quickly see what's listed in this article, like, so, oh, Via Emilia, and when I click it, it goes down to that restaurant or to that item in that part of the article. If I miss some tools, let me know. And also, if you want to know what the heck I'm doing with this road to 1 million, trying to get to 1 million monthly page views, follow along and watch this next video, because I'll show you what the deal is. The road to 1 million.